Well, President Donald Trump has said that he's close to a deal with Democratic congressional leaders on protections for illegal immigrants brought to the United States as children, astounding fellow Republicans again while alarming conservative supporters. Now, Trump has said that any final agreement must include the border security measures, including surveillance systems, but would not include funding for his planned wall along the US-Mexican border, a central 2016 campaign promise. Now, Russia has kicked off a week of war games with its ally Belarus that has NATO neighbors with the United States watching anxiously even as they give Moscow the chance to flex its muscles against one of its primary fears, that is of possible political fissures within the Kremlin's own orbit, moments after Russia's defense ministry said that the war games have been dubbed as Zapad 2017 or the West had begun. It announced that elements of its first tank army had been put on alert and moved into Belarus for the exercise. Now, airborne units stationed in Russia were also mobilized and prepared to join the drills, is what has been reported. Now, separate suspected Russian and US-led coalition strikes in Syria's DEIR province have killed as many as 39 civilians. The strikes hit several parts of the eastern province where parallel Russian and US-backed ground offensives are presently underway against the Islamic State group. So, in a strong rebuttal of the US charge that it was not adequately acting against terror sanctuaries on its soil, Pakistan has said that the onus of satisfying Washington about its concerns was not on Islamabad. The Pak Defence Minister Khurram Dastagir has said that Pakistan will give its point of view logically and with evidence, and while Pak will explain its position, it is not on them to satisfy the United States. Now, gunmen and suicide car bombers have killed at least 74 people near the Iraqi city of Nasiriyah in the deadliest attack that has been claimed by the ISIS since it lost its second city of Mosul. Now, the assailants struck at midday, opening fire on a restaurant before getting into a car and then blowing themselves up at a nearby security checkpoint. The Hurricane Max has hit Mexico's southern Pacific coast as a Category 1 storm and is expected to move inland into Guerrero State, a region that includes the resort city of Acapulco. Now, the U.S. National Hurricane Center has issued a hurricane warning for Max for the coastline between Zihuatanejo and Punta Maladonum. Now, the center says that the Hurricane Max should weaken as it moves overland, but could also bring life-threatening flash floods and rainfall to the region in Mexico. The President Donald Trump signed a Senate resolution on Thursday evening condemning the violence and the domestic terror attacks that occurred in Charlottesville in Virginia in August. Now, the resolution rejects the white nationalists and the white supremacists, the Ku Klux Klan and the neo-Nazis and other hate groups for their actions during the violence in Charlottesville. The Supreme Court will be hearing a petition seeking implementation of the existing guidelines to ensure the safety and well-being of children in schools across the country. Now, this comes in the backdrop of the brutal murder of a Class 2 student of the Ryan International School in Gurugram. Now, just yesterday, the Bombay High Court had rejected the anticipatory bail plea of the Ryan International School officials. Now, Abu Ismail, a Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorist who is believed to have planned the attack in July on the Amarnath Yatra pilgrims, has been killed in a brief encounter with security forces in Naugam on the outskirts of Srinagar. Now, the 26-year-old Pakistani national had infiltrated into India about 2 years ago and had recently taken charge of the Lashkar's operations in the Kashmir Valley. Now, the Blue Whale Challenge has claimed multiple lives across the country. The IT city of Bengaluru, which has the 6th highest number of searches for the game globally, is taking measures to keep the threat at bay. Now, amidst deadlines, exams, projects and admissions, the Blue Whale Challenge has become another cause of concern for the students, parents and teachers in the country. Now, the IT city of Bengaluru has not been ignorant of this trend. Now, Karnataka has witnessed a worrying spurt in the H1N1 and dengue cases in the last few months. While it was reported in July that close to 19,000 cases of dengue have been reported in the country, Karnataka alone accounts for as many as 11,000 cases. The Darjeeling hills were limping back to normalcy as several shops, markets, government offices and government-aided schools reopened, even as the GJM chief Bimal Gurung has asked his partymen to intensify the Bandh that started 92 days ago. The shops and markets opened, defying the indefinite Bandh sponsored by the Gorkha Janmukti Morcha for a separate Gorkha land. The state-run North Bengal State Corporation plied a few buses which were escorted by the security forces. And also amidst the ongoing turmoil in Darjeeling, unidentified miscreants have vandalized the historic Roy Villa where Swami Vivekananda's disciple sister Nivedita breathed her last. Now, according to the Ramakrishna Mission, Nivedita Educational and Cultural Center, Sister Nivedita Shrine and the hall inside the Heritage Building have been ransacked by unknown people. The representatives of the ousted AIADMK leader TTV Dinakaran have approached the Election Commission and have urged it to declare as invalid the party's General Council meeting in which his aunt Sasikala was removed from the position of General Secretary. Now, after a single judge of the Madras High Court had dismissed the plea of Dinakaran faction for a stay on the General Council meeting, it approached the division bench, which too has refused to interfere with the former's conclusion. Now, the court, however, has said that any decision that is taken at the impugned meeting will be subject to the final outcome in the appeal and has posted the matter to the 23rd of October for its next hearing. The Union Minister Nitin Gadkari has voiced reservations over seeking foreign funds for infrastructure projects and has said that he would prefer to raise money from the common man, including professionals, and has promised them interest on their investment. Now, he said that he favoured taking deposits from retired personnel, poor people, teachers and police constables to fund these projects and said that their money will be returned with a good amount of interest. The BJP chief Amit Shah met party's core group leaders from Bihar. Now, this is the first such meeting that has been held after it allied with the JDU and joined the Nitish Kumar-led government. Now, according to reports, Shah had asked the state leaders to work to ensure that the government schemes reach their targeted beneficiaries. Now, he's also asked the BJP ministers in the state government to meet the public at the party's office in Patna on Mondays and Tuesdays. Now, Karti Chidambaram has refused to appear before the CBI in the AL-Maxis case, saying that a special court has discharged all the accused and terminated proceedings in the matter. Now, this is a claim that is strongly contradicted by the CBI, which says that the investigations were still underway. Now, the agency has called Karti Chidambaram for questioning in connection with a foreign investment clearance given in 2006 in the AL-Maxis deal, when his father P. Chidambaram was the finance minister. The 17 national anti-doping agencies have joined hands to demand that Russia be banned from the 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang. Now, the group, which also includes the agencies in America and Britain, have said that the IOC's refusal to act on evidence of state-sponsored doping imperils the clean sport and also the future of the Olympic movement. Well, to some entertainment news now, and pop singer Selena Gomez reveals recovery from a kidney transplant that she had to undergo following a lupus diagnosis in 2015. Now, the actress Francia Russia, who is also Gomez's best friend, donated her kidney to Gomez for the transplant. The supermodel Gigi and Bella Hadid take time off the Fashion Week runway to support their mother's book launch. The actress Yolanda Hadid launched her autobiography titled Believe Me, revealing her battle with the Lyme disease.